Some of the most trapped people in the world are not poor, they're successful. They wake up in comfortable beds, live in houses people admire, and earn incomes others dream about. Yet deep down, they feel stuck. Not because they failed, but because they succeeded in a system that never taught them what freedom actually is. This isn't a video about hating money. It's about questioning the promise attached to it. Because somewhere along the way, money stopped being a tool and quietly became a cage. The unending illusion of arrival. Most of us grow up believing in a moment called arrival, a point in the future where life finally slows down, where the pressure eases, where happiness begins. We tell ourselves stories like, when I earn more, I'll relax. When I reach this level, I'll be free. When I make it, everything will make sense. Money becomes the symbol of that arrival. And at first, it works. Bills get paid, stress reduces, options open up. You feel progress, you feel proud. But then, something strange happens. What once felt like success becomes normal. What felt exciting becomes expected, and the finish line quietly moves further away. So you chase again, and again, and again. Not because you're greedy, but because you were taught that fulfillment lives just one level higher. The truth is uncomfortable, but simple. There is no arrival point where life permanently feels complete, and the longer you chase it, the more exhausted you become. When comfort quietly becomes control. Money doesn't trap people with force, it traps them with comfort. The better your lifestyle gets, the harder it feels to change direction. The more responsibilities pile up, the riskier freedom begins to feel. At some point, your decisions stop being about what you want and start being about what you can't afford to lose. You stay in places you've outgrown. You say no to ideas that feel too uncertain. You delay rest because stepping back feels dangerous. Not because you're weak, but because everything depends on you staying exactly where you are. This is the golden cage. It looks like success from the outside, but inside, every bar is made of expectation, fear, and maintenance. You're not forced to stay. You just don't feel like you have a choice. The invisible price of success. Money solves many problems, but it also exposes others. When the noise of survival fades, the noise of the mind gets louder. And that's when many people realize they've been using busyness as a distraction. Burnout starts to look like discipline, rest starts to feel like laziness, and silence becomes uncomfortable. Identity slowly merges with productivity. Income becomes self-worth, and the idea of slowing down feels almost threatening. This is the price nobody talks about, not financial, but psychological. Because when life is built only around earning, people forget how to just be. Redefining what wealth actually means. Real wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how much control you have over your life, control over your time, your energy, your direction. You can be rich and deeply trapped, or you can live simply and feel free. This isn't about rejecting ambition, it's about choosing intention. Money should expand your options, not shrink them. It should support your life, not consume it. When wealth is defined only by numbers, the cage stays invisible. But when wealth is defined by freedom, clarity begins. Seeing the cage is the first escape. Escaping the golden cage doesn't mean burning everything down. It starts with asking better questions. Why do I want more? What am I protecting? Who am I becoming in the process? Awareness alone loosens the bars, because the cage only works when you don't see it. Money is a powerful tool, but it was never meant to be the destination. Build wealth that buys you freedom, not fear. Because the most dangerous prison isn't made of steel,
It's made of gold.